Can objects hold on to the essence of the past, or even harbor restless spirits? Let's explore some of the most legendary haunted objects known to man. The world is a vast tapestry of cultures, mysteries, and stories. Among them lurk tales of haunted objects, items said to be imbued with energies not of this realm. These are not just mere possessions, but vessels carrying a legacy of the past, or perhaps a restless spirit within their inanimate form. The concept of haunted objects is as old as civilization itself. From ancient artifacts cursed by pharaohs to dolls possessed by the spirits of departed children, these objects are steeped in folklore and steeped in mystery. They are often seen as conduits, bridging the gap between our physical world and the spectral realm, a world that exists just beyond our comprehension. In many cultures around the globe, it is believed that spirits or energies can attach themselves to objects, especially those with which they have a strong emotional connection. This belief, though varied in its details, is a common thread that weaves through the tapestry of human history and belief systems. It's a fascinating notion, isn't it? That the antique mirror hanging in your hallway, the vintage doll in your attic, or even the ancient artifact in a museum could potentially be a gateway to the other side. But what gives these objects their haunted reputation? Are they simply vessels for energy imprinted with the essence of their previous owners? Or could they indeed be home to spirits unable to move on, tethered to our realm through these items? These questions, though chilling, are what make the exploration of haunted objects so intriguing. It's a journey that tiptoes along the fine line between the known and the unknown, the tangible and the ethereal, the living and the dead. Venture with us as we delve into the history of these eerie objects, and you may just find yourself questioning the impossible. In the realm of the supernatural, few objects are as infamous as the Annabelle doll. The doll's story begins in the early 1970s. A young nursing student named Donna received the Raggedy Ann doll as a birthday gift from her mother. At first, it seemed nothing more than a charming, innocent plaything. But it wasn't long before Donna and her roommate Angie began to notice strange happenings surrounding the doll. The doll would seemingly move on its own accord, appearing in different rooms and even adopting different postures. Most unnerving were the written messages that started to appear on parchment paper, which read, "Help us," and "Help Lou," referring to a friend of Donna and Angie's. The thing is, there was no parchment paper in the apartment. Alarmed, Donna and Angie contacted a medium who conducted a séance. They were told that the doll was inhabited by the spirit of a young girl named Annabelle Higgins, who had died on the property. The spirit seemed harmless, even lonely, and the girls, moved by the story, gave permission for the spirit to reside in the doll. But the disturbances didn't cease. If anything, they intensified. Lou was particularly affected, claiming to have been attacked by the doll, suffering unexplained scratches and bruises. Enter Ed and Lorraine Warren, renowned paranormal investigators. The Warrens quickly deduced that the doll was not inhabited by the spirit of a young girl, but by a deceitful, malevolent entity. This entity, they claimed, was a demon pretending to be a harmless spirit, with the ultimate goal of possessing a human host. The Warrens performed an exorcism on the doll and took it into their possession. They housed Annabelle in a specially made glass case in their occult museum in Connecticut, where she resides to this day. A sign on the case warns, "Positively do not open." Despite being confined, the doll's malevolent aura has not diminished. One museum visitor who reportedly tapped on the glass case mocking Annabelle met a tragic end in a motorcycle accident shortly after leaving the museum. His girlfriend, who survived, claimed they had been laughing about the doll just before the crash. The Warrens believe this was no coincidence. The story of the Annabelle doll has captivated and terrified people worldwide, inspiring several movies in the Conjuring universe. But the real Annabelle is far more terrifying than any Hollywood portrayal. According to Lorraine Warren, Annabelle is the worst thing in the museum. But what makes the Annabelle doll so unnerving? Is it her innocuous appearance, a stark contrast to the malevolent spirit within? Or the fact that she was once a beloved plaything, now a conduit for a demonic entity? Perhaps it's the idea that such evil can dwell within the most unsuspecting of objects, turning the familiar into something utterly horrifying. The Annabelle doll serves as a chilling reminder that the supernatural realm is not always as it seems, that demons can deceive, masquerade as harmless spirits, and turn everyday objects into tools of terror. It's a lesson the Warrens learned all too well, and one they've shared with the world through their museum and their investigations. So the next time you cross paths with an innocent-looking Raggedy Ann doll, you might want to give it a second glance, because, as the Annabelle doll has shown, even the most harmless of objects can harbor the darkest of spirits. The Annabelle doll, a seemingly innocent toy harboring a malevolent spirit, continues to unsettle those who dare to peer into her glass case. A gem of deadly beauty, the Hope Diamond carries with it a chilling tale of misfortune and despair. Unearthed from the heart of India, the Hope Diamond, a striking blue gem weighing in at a hefty 45.5 carats, is a sight to behold. Its mesmerizing hue, a result of trace amounts of boron atoms, captivates all who lay eyes on it. However, beneath its stunning exterior lies a tale steeped in tragedy and mystery. The tale of the Hope Diamond traces back to the 17th century. Legend has it that a French merchant, Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, pried the precious stone from one of the eyes of a revered Hindu statue. This act of sacrilege, some believe, incurred a dire curse, dooming all who possessed the stone to a life of misfortune and despair. Tavernier himself met a grisly end, reportedly being mauled to death by a pack of wild dogs. But his demise was just the beginning. The diamond, now known as the French blue, found its way into the hands of King Louis XIV, who had it recut into a 67-carat showpiece for the French crown jewels. However, the curse was not to be forgotten. King Louis XVI and his wife Marie Antoinette, who adorned herself with the cursed jewel, were beheaded during the French Revolution. The diamond vanished amidst the chaos, only to resurface 20 years later, recut once more, its origin concealed. The diamond changed hands multiple times over the centuries, each owner falling victim to the supposed curse. There was the Russian prince, Ivan Kanitovsky, who was killed by revolutionaries, the Greek merchant, Simon Montharides, whose entire family died in a carriage crash, and the American socialite Evelyn Walsh McLean, who suffered a string of family tragedies and died in debt, despite her immense wealth. Despite its grim history, the diamond's allure proved irresistible. In 1958, renowned jeweler Harry Winston donated the Hope Diamond to the Smithsonian Institution, where it now resides. Encased in a secure glass display, the diamond continues to draw curious onlookers, its captivating beauty belying the sorrow it has wrought. So, is the Hope Diamond truly cursed? Or are the tragedies that befell its owners merely a series of unfortunate coincidences? While skeptics may dismiss the curse as a myth, the tale adds an element of intrigue to the already captivating gem. The Hope Diamond, with its deep blue hue and tragic history, serves as a stark reminder that beauty can sometimes mask a darker reality. Its journey, from the mines of India to the display cases of the Smithsonian, is a testament to the power of legend and the enduring allure of the unknown. The Hope Diamond, a breathtaking spectacle of nature, remains to this day a symbol of cursed beauty. A simple wine box or a container for an ancient malicious entity? The Dybbuk box has a story as dark as the spirit it allegedly contains. Imagine, if you will, a wine cabinet from the 1940s, unassuming and ordinary. But this isn't your ordinary piece of antique furniture. No, this is the infamous Dybbuk box, a seemingly mundane object with an extraordinary story. The Dybbuk box was first brought to public attention in 2003 when it was listed for sale on an online auction site. The seller, a man named Kevin Mannis, warned potential buyers of the eerie occurrences associated with the box. He wasn't selling just an antique, he was selling a legend. Mannis claimed the box originally belonged to a Holocaust survivor who'd purchased it in Spain before emigrating to the United States. The box, she said, contained a Dybbuk, a restless, malicious spirit from Jewish folklore. This spirit had been bound within the box, trapped by an age-old ritual. It was not to be opened. Upon the woman's death, the box was bought by Manus, who was unaware of its dark history. He soon began to experience nightmares and noticed a disturbing pattern. Everyone who came into contact with the box reported a similar dream, characterized by an old hag and feelings of sheer terror. Manus attempted to gift the box, but it was always returned, accompanied by complaints of ill health and unshakable feelings of dread. Each owner experienced something unsettling, from hair turning white overnight to mysterious ailments and even brushes with death. The box seemed cursed, its eerie influence inescapable. But what of the box now? Well, it resides in perhaps the only place fit for such a haunted artifact: Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum in Las Vegas. Bagans, the host of the TV show Ghost Adventures, purchased the box in 2017. Even he, a seasoned paranormal investigator, has reported strange happenings surrounding the box. The Dybbuk box is kept in a room of its own, shrouded in protective glass. Even so, visitors have reported feeling faint, hearing whispers, and even seeing shadowy figures around the box. Some have been so affected that they've passed out. It's even said that Post Malone, the famous musician, suffered a string of misfortunes after coming into contact with the box. Skeptics may dismiss these stories as mere superstition, but for those who've experienced the box's inexplicable phenomena, the terror is all too real. The Dybbuk box is a chilling reminder that some things, some ancient and malevolent forces, are better left undisturbed. It's a simple wine box, yes, but it's also a testament to the power of belief, the fear of the unknown, and the enduring allure of the supernatural. Whether it truly contains a Dybbuk or not, the box holds a certain power. It casts a long, dark shadow, and those who dare to approach it can't help but feel its chilling touch. The Dybbuk box, an unassuming artifact holding a sinister secret, continues to fascinate and terrify. It's a mystery, a piece of history, and a symbol of our collective fascination with the paranormal. It's a reminder that sometimes the most ordinary objects can hold the most extraordinary secrets. A child's plaything turned malevolent. Robert the Doll's eerie tale has been haunting Key West for over a century. Let's delve into the legend of this seemingly innocent toy and its uncanny history that's enough to send chills down anyone's spine. The year was 1904 when Robert Eugene Otto, or Gene as he was affectionately known, received a doll from his family's Bahamian maid. This was no ordinary doll. Standing at nearly 3 feet tall, donned in a sailor's outfit, and bearing an uncanny resemblance to young Gene. It was this striking similarity that prompted Gene to name the doll Robert, after himself. But as time went on, it became clear that Robert was far from a normal toy. The Otto family began to hear Gene in his room, conversing with someone who had a deep, unfamiliar voice. Objects would be found tossed around, and Gene would always insist Robert did it. What started as a peculiar occurrence soon turned into a fearsome ordeal as the Otto family and their servants reported seeing Robert move around the house of his own accord. The Otto family wasn't the only one to experience Robert's eerie antics. Neighbors claimed to see the doll moving from window to window when the family was out. Children passing by the house would hurriedly cross the street, swearing they heard eerie laughter coming from within. After Gene's parents passed away, he moved back into his childhood home. Robert was given a room of his own from which he could look out over the street. Visitors to the house reported a sense of unease, chills, and even a feeling of being watched. Even after Gene's death, Robert's reign of terror didn't cease. The new owners of the house reported strange happenings, including hearing footsteps in the attic and finding furniture moved or overturned. The doll was eventually donated to the East Martello Museum in Key West, where it still resides today. But Robert's influence seems to extend beyond the confines of his glass display case. Visitors to the museum report malfunctioning cameras, sudden cold spots, and an overwhelming sense of dread upon viewing the doll. Some even claim to have been cursed by Robert after failing to show him the proper respect. A testament to this belief is the collection of apology letters sent to Robert from visitors who've experienced misfortune after their visit, attributing their ill luck to the doll's malevolent powers. A skeptic might dismiss these tales as mere superstition, the product of overactive imaginations. But the sheer volume of strange occurrences associated with Robert the Doll is certainly enough to give one pause. Whether or not you believe in the supernatural, it's hard to deny that there's something unsettling about Robert. The legend of Robert the Doll serves as a chilling reminder of the power of belief. It's a story that has been passed down through generations, growing in infamy with each retelling. It's a tale that continues to captivate and terrify, a testament to the enduring allure of the unknown. This doll, once a beloved childhood companion, is now feared and respected by many. Robert's story has transcended the realm of child's play, crossing over into the world of the paranormal and becoming a permanent fixture in the annals of ghostly lore. Robert the Doll, a once beloved toy now feared, remains a chilling testament to the power of belief. Whether he's merely a toy cursed by a disgruntled maid, a vessel for some malevolent spirit, or a manifestation of collective fear and superstition, one thing remains certain: Robert continues to captivate, intrigue, and frighten, proving that sometimes the things we fear most can come in the most unexpected forms. A chair that brings death to those who dare sit upon it, the Busby stoop chair's blood-curdling tale has been told for centuries. In the small market town of Thirsk, North Yorkshire, England, stands an unassuming museum, home to an object of chilling lore. The Busby stoop chair, an ordinary-looking piece of furniture, carries with it a dark curse that has spanned centuries. But how did such a commonplace item become the centerpiece of a terrifying legend? To understand the enigma of the Busby stoop chair, we journey back to the 18th century. The chair belonged to a man named Thomas Busby, a notorious drunk and petty criminal. One fateful day, in a fit of rage, Busby brutally murdered his father-in-law, Daniel Auty, allegedly over an argument about this very chair. Busby was subsequently arrested, tried, and sentenced to hang for his crime. As the story goes, his last request was to have a final drink in his favorite chair. On the way to the gallows, Busby cursed the chair, declaring death to anyone who dared to sit upon it. The chair remained at the pub, which was eventually renamed the Busby Stoop Inn, in a nod to its ominous history. Over the years, patrons who dared to defy the curse and sit on the chair met with untimely and often gruesome deaths. From car crashes to fatal falls, heart attacks to mysterious disappearances, the list of victims is as diverse as it is chilling. World War II servicemen from a nearby airfield frequented the inn, and unfortunately, some who sat in the chair never returned from their missions. A chimney sweep found dead after his brush with the chair, a roofer who tumbled to his death after testing the curse, and numerous other tales of woe have added to the chair's deadly reputation. The final straw came in the late 20th century when the pub's landlord, Tony Earnshaw, linked the chair to a series of fatal accidents. In a bid to prevent further tragedy, Earnshaw donated the chair to the Thirsk Museum in 1978. But even here, the chair's curse seemed to persist. A delivery man who sat on the chair for a quick rest died in a car accident later that day. Today, to protect the public from the chair's deadly curse, it hangs from the ceiling of the Thirsk Museum, far out of reach. The museum has no intention of ever allowing anyone to tempt fate by sitting on it again. Yet even suspended high above, the chair continues to exude an eerie aura. It's an ordinary piece of furniture that serves as a chilling testament to its dark past. The Busby stoop chair is a fascinating convergence of history, folklore, and the supernatural. It's a story that prompts us to question the power of curses and the extent of human belief. How can a simple wooden chair be responsible for such tragedy and death? Is it the curse of a condemned man that lingers, or is it the power of suggestion and coincidence that fuels the chair's deadly reputation? Skeptics may dismiss the tales as mere superstition, while believers argue the death toll is evidence enough. The truth? Well, that remains as elusive as the chair's curse itself. So, the next time you find yourself in a cozy pub or a quaint museum, spare a thought for the Busby stoop chair. Remember its tale, the lives it's claimed, and the chill it sends down the spine of those who know its story. It's a reminder that sometimes the most ordinary objects can hold the most extraordinary tales. The Busby stoop chair, an ordinary piece of furniture with a murderous reputation, hangs suspended in the Thirsk Museum, a chilling reminder of its deadly past. From dolls to diamonds, boxes to chairs, these objects of horror have left an indelible mark on the annals of the supernatural. Let's take a moment to look back at the eerie tales we've unveiled. We began our journey with the infamous Annabelle doll, a seemingly innocent toy with a terrifying secret. This harmless-looking doll, according to the lore, is possessed by a malevolent spirit that wreaks havoc on anyone who dares to cross its path. The tales of its haunting have sent chills down the spine of many, making it a legendary figure in the realm of the supernatural. Next, we unraveled the saga of the Hope Diamond, a dazzling stone shrouded in a dark curse. This stunning gem, worth untold millions, may be a feast for the eyes, but its history is steeped in misfortune and despair. From the hands of kings to the showcases of museums, the diamond's course through history is littered with tales of death and disaster, making it a symbol of cursed beauty. Our journey then took us to the enigmatic Dybbuk box. This wine cabinet, of all things, is said to be haunted by a Dybbuk, a restless, malicious spirit from Jewish mythology. The tales of those who've had the misfortune of owning the box are filled with nightmares, ill health, and an overwhelming sense of dread. The Dybbuk box serves as a chilling reminder of the thin line between the physical world and the spiritual realm. We then delved into the legend of Robert the Doll, a century-old toy with a reputation for causing mischief and mayhem. From his perch in a museum, Robert continues to inspire fear with his unsettling appearance and the strange occurrences that surround him. The doll's story is a potent mix of folklore, mystery, and the human fascination with the uncanny. Finally, we explored the enigma of the Busby stoop chair, an ordinary piece of furniture with a deadly curse. Legend has it, anyone who dares to sit upon it meets an untimely end. The chair's dark history and the inexplicable deaths linked to it make it a fascinating, albeit chilling, subject in the world of haunted objects. These tales, steeped in mystery and fear, remind us of the power of stories and the grip they have on our collective psyche. They blur the boundaries between the tangible and the ethereal, prompting us to question the nature of the world we live in. As we close our journey, remember, not everything is as it seems. In the realm of the paranormal, even the most ordinary object could hold a haunting secret.